Greetings, beautiful ones. I am Sharifa, aka Ms BJ Martin, and this is Sharifa Speaks. Before I get into today's topic, I just want to send my condolences and prayers and healing energies to all of the families that have lost loved ones in these recent tragedies with the from the fires in California to the airplane and helicopter in situations. I just want to extend my condolences to all of you. Um, all right, I just wanted to start off saying that first. Now let's get into it. Again, I am Sharifa, aka Ms. BJ Martin, and this is Sharifa Speaks. And ladies and gentlemen, if you haven't already, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. My YouTube channel is Ms BJ Martin. That's Ms. BJ Martin. That's the name of my YouTube channel. Please subscribe if you have not already. I would appreciate it. All right, so let's get into today's topic. This was I do want to say this. A lot of things that I talk about, I've experienced. Okay, I share things with you, and I give you my take on it, my perspective on it. And I've seen other people and witnessed these things happen to other people in circumstances. So it's not nothing. These things that I talk about they're not things that I just sat back and watched, on someone else's podcast or something that somebody, told me, or these are actual experiences. Okay. And so what I've learned on this journey in my life is to never be too understanding to the detriment of you. Stop being so understanding, because being so understanding to people and so compromising for others, it can cause people to start taking you for granted. Okay. And the thing about it is, there really are people out here that have that emotional intelligence and that are very patient and are willing, and are very understanding. You can look at a person based on, especially when you reach a level of maturity in your life. I'm not gonna say it's based on age, because there are people that are different levels and different stages in their life at different ages, right? But just based on your maturity level and your emotional maturity level, you can look at a person and see where they are in life. You can understand a person's background, and you're like, okay, I'll give them a pass because they've been through this, or I'll give them a pass because they've been through that. You, especially on this path, and especially once you've done the work, right? The inner work of yourself, because you have to do the inner work first before you can love someone else. You have to love yourself first. You have to go through those that healing journey, right? And when you're in that healing journey, you become more empathetic to people and their situations. You're not so quick to judge. You want to know, the why. You want to know the why. Want to understand, why the person is the way that they are. You're not so quick to just jump up and throw a hand up like to dismiss anyone. That's what I want to say. You're not so quick to dismiss a person. You want to find out the background of the person, what's going on with them, why they are, because everyone has a story. Each and every last one of us has a story. So once you're on this healing journey into becoming the better self, you're really more concerned about their path and what they've come from, what they've healed from. You're very interested in other people's journeys, right? And so you can kind of, sit back and look at someone and kind of see where they are, you know, on that path. And so, and even some people, you just have a tendency to be more empathetic, more understanding, more patient, really, than the average person, because these are the things that are part of your healing journey. Okay. And I'm saying all that to say, just be careful with that, because you're being so understanding and so empathetic, it can cause people to take you for granted, because they're not quite on a certain level in their lives. They see it as a weakness. They see it as they see it as you're not being, that they see it as gullibility, and they don't even understand the why behind why you are the way you are, And I'm only saying, just be careful with that, because you don't want to be taken for granted, and you have to protect, your peace. You have to still, have a like a firm stance in who you are, right? The more understanding you are, the more the person will continue to do certain things. Okay, they will continue to do certain things, which will cause. Now, then it crosses the lines. Then they start to cross the line, because you're being so understanding, because you're looking at them, and you're looking at them like poor little tink tink, right? You're thinking like, well, I understand, right? But then the lines get crossed, because you're being so understanding, you're being so patient. And those are beautiful attributes, but everyone does not deserve, okay, your patience and your empathy, right? Everyone does not deserve your understanding. Be discerning about who you give, who you give these attributes to, who you are understanding with. Because first of all, you need to make sure that they are just as understanding with you as you are with them, and just be discerning about who you are so empathetic about, because they will take advantage of you. And sometimes you can get kind of like lost in the space. You're so understanding. Sometimes you don't even really see it, right? And then when you see it, now lines have been crossed. Now disrespect has come into play, because the person they're on the receiving end was not mature enough to be able to appreciate the empathy. They weren't mature enough, or are not mature enough to appreciate the understanding. They, again, take it for a weakness. They don't have the maturity to just appreciate, because even to be in that space of patience and acceptance and understanding, that's love. Love is not always in a romantic space, because when you love yourself, it's just an automatic thing. You're going to love others, and not always in a romantic relationship kind of way. You can love your friend. I love my friends, I love my friends. They love me. They make sure I'm good. I make sure they good. They look out for me. I look out for them. They're patient with me. I'm patient with them. This just it's love. They allow me to be who I am. I allow them to be who they are. But there is a certain standard as well, because we all want to make sure that we are all contributing to the group, that we're contributing to ourselves and to the group, contributing what's necessary. We don't want to see anybody falling. So we're here to help. We're here to hold each other up. Okay. So again, I digress. Sometimes these people, they're not in a place where they're mature enough to appreciate that type of love from you. And I'm not here to tell you what to do. It's just something that really has been really heavy on my spirit, okay? And just seeing the dynamics and just seeing, looking around me and just seeing how when you're a certain place in your life and you're a certain type of person, just always be discerning about who you are, who is getting this beautiful time from, right? Just be discerning about who deserves this patience. Understand that those type of qualities, everybody doesn't have that. So that's something special. Don't take yourself for granted. Because see, what winds up happening is, because you're so understanding, because you're so patient with this person, here we go. Then the line gets drawn. They cross it. Now they're in disrespect. Now they're being disrespectful, but you're still in this, understanding. I understand there's certain things they have to do. No, because now you are taking yourself for granted. And at the end of the day, that's what it's all. That's really what it boils down to. You take the accountability in that situation. If someone keeps, if they're taking you for granted, that's really you taking yourself for granted, because you're allowing the behavior. So just really, just pay attention to these certain people that that require this from you, because everybody that you meet they don't require this extra patience from you. Think about it. Why does this certain person or why these certain individuals, why they require so much understanding and so much patience from you and so much empathy? Why? Just think about it. Why do they require so much from you? And why are you so willing to be there or to give that energy? That's your energy. This is your energy that you are sharing with this person or group of people, right? Why are they required to get so much energy from you? And again, so this is your energy. This is your energy. This is your cup, right? So if you're steady pouring out your cup, and I know we hear this all the time, talking about our cups are full, but again, it needs to be reiterated. Because sometimes we get into a space where we kind of forget things. You know how you could be like, I know this, like I know better. Like I've been through. Sometimes you get in that space where you know better, but you sometimes you forget. Sometimes you forget these lessons that you learned in life, because you're thinking that, okay, I've already been through that. I passed that. I graduated from that. right? But sometimes that lesson, it will come back. You'll be tested on that lesson again, or tested on it just to see where you really stand. Are you really standing firm on what you believe? Have you really, do you really love yourself? You'll be tested on that again, right? So you get into the space because sometimes maybe you caught up, you're in love with this person, and so you forget about the things that you learned in previous relationships or previous experiences. So I'm here to reiterate that for you. You have a cup. If you are pouring into someone else's cup, your cup is empty, their cup is full. Okay? So what are they doing with their cup? What are they do? Your energy you pour into their cup is full of your energy. And so what are they doing with your energy? They should be pouring back into you. You will find yourself depleted from being so understanding and so patient and so empathetic. You will be on E. And the person that you're pouring into will just be living their lives just as happy with your energy in their cup. You don't deplete yourself. You always have to make sure that you're on full, right? And if you're gonna pour into somebody else, make sure they can pour back into you. Now, initially they might not be able to. Okay, we're going to give them give them the benefit of the doubt, I guess. Guys, I'm kind of so over that. I hear myself saying it, but I'm just like, I think moving forward, look at the person, look at their lives, just see what fruit is being, what they say is being produced. Look at their lives, see if they are capable of pouring back into you, being so understanding, so patient. You quick to pour to somebody else, and they're not even capable to pour back into you. They don't have the capacity to be able to do that. Not yet. And you don't have to wait around and until they do, until they are capable to pour back into you. Because what I've seen happen, this person ain't got they steady pouring, emptying out their cup. This person's cup getting full, full, full. Then they're out in the world, they're doing things. And by the time they are capable, and you sitting over here on E, by the time they are capable to pour into you, they usually don't. That is why you have to love yourself, honor yourself, be empathetic with yourself, patient with yourself, understanding with yourself. Strengthen that discernment when it comes to people. Look at their lives, see what's going on with them. And stop assuming that people think the way you do, because they don't. And that's just the truth. Just because you think a certain way does not mean that this person thinks the same way that you do, or this group of people thinks the same way that you do. Don't assume that. Look at them and see them for who they are. Period. It is so important to honor and respect yourself, and to not take yourself for granted. Because when you do not take yourself for granted, when you do these things, when you love yourself, when you honor yourself, when you don't take yourself for granted, you will not allow anybody else to do that, because you don't do it to yourself. You show up for this, you show up for yourself, you show up for this, you show up for that. You show up. You're not going to allow someone not to show up for themselves, or not to show up for you when you show up. There's just certain things that you just won't accept. So just think about it. Think about these people that require this of you, and ask yourself, why do they why do they require so much from you? First of all, who is this person or group of people? Why do they require so much of you? Why do they require so much of this energy from you? And is it detrimental to you? Because sometimes we do these things for certain reasons ourselves. So ask yourself, why do you feel like you have to be in this space with this person or this individual? Right? Because sometimes we self-sabotage or feel like we got to be in these certain spaces or share this certain energy with certain people for certain reasons. So always look at yourself first, and then look at the individual or the groups of people um, that require so much patience from you. I talk about that all the time. If you have not heard it before, I'm always talking about being accountable and looking at yourself first. Always self-reflect. Ask yourself these questions. Why do I allow certain behaviors? Why do I feel like I have to keep showing up in this certain way for this certain individual? Especially if it's not being returned. If that energy is not being returned to you, why do you feel like you have to keep showing up in this certain space? Sometimes it's learned behavior, sometimes it's things from our past. Always go within first, and then look at the other person. Okay. So yeah, that's the message for today. And again, I love y'all from the bottom of my heart. And if you have not subscribed to my YouTube channel, please do that. That will help me out majorly. Okay. My YouTube channel is Ms. BJ Martin, MS BJ Martin. And thank you for taking the time to spend this time with me and listening to my messages and tuning in to Sharifa Speaks. Again, I love you. And remember, just like the sun, you're necessary. I love y'all.